Because the first 7 seconds in sales makes the most. Same applies the first 7 seconds in a relationship. How you are going to greet someone also makes what the most. Are you confident? Enthusiasm. How you are dressed. Are you smiling? So all that it's in greeting when I'm talking about sales.
So with prospecting from a sales perspective, this is where we look at the products that we are offering, the services that we have on offer, and now we are looking to see who could potentially be our target market.
So even in sales, even in Mjolo, if a girl says no, they are not saying they don't love you, and they are not saying no to you. They are just saying they don't know something about you. So show them that side. So our seminar is going to be different. I guarantee you are going to have marriages and you're going to have more sales.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Chartered Vendor Podcast. And my name is Steve Tadzoka, and I'm always hanging out with Jerimonia Zungu, the Chartered Vendor. And today we've got a very exciting episode leading to the much anticipated seminar that we look to host you on the 25th of September this month, 2025. Where we are saying we want to give people the Sales Mjolo Experience,
exactly,
which is based on the third book. Is it the third? No, the second.
It's the third.
It's the third book.
The
yes.
third book.
Yes, which is based on the third book, which is Sales is equal to Love Relationships, or the first edition, which is Sales is equals to Mjolo. Right. So in order for us to sustain this conversation, we're going to look at the ideal sales process, and then I'll be looking at the ideal sales process, and he'll be the one connecting the dots in terms of how it relates to love relationships. So the ideal sales process, it's a 7-step process that every entrepreneur should adopt. If you don't know about that, then you definitely need to buy the book, and that one is Selling Like a Vendor. That's where the sales process is. So you need to get those 2 books before you come for the seminar. It's going to be very important to you that you buy those books for you to be able to understand how the seminar is going to be going. So the first step in the ideal sales process is the attitude. The attitude essentially speaks to the framework of mindset that you need to adopt before you can go into sales. Because in sales, there is rejection.
Exactly.
You need to be mentally prepared for that. And it's always about the attitude. Your attitude is the primary space for preparation in terms of you getting into sales. Now, how does the attitude as a first step to the 7-step ideal process of sales relate to relationships?
Okay.
Mjolo?
Okay, thank you so much. So if you look at it, even in Sales Mjolo, there is an ideal sales process which Dr. John was also following.
Yes.
Although when you're reading, you can actually see that we are moving from a step to step to step. If you look at it, even Dr. John, if you notice, Dr. John was from a boy's eye. And people from a boy's eye, I was in a boy's eye myself, we're scared of ladies. We're scared of ladies by then. So if you look at it, what is making you scared? That's the same fear which you have when you're still young. When we're still young, you see a beautiful lady, you're hesitant. And if you notice, in your same class, there was this guy, not good at school, not good at sports, but he would always attract nice ladies. Or nice ladies would be always hanging with this guy. Because why? He's managed to work on his attitude. Because for him, actually, let me start with how I said, let me write a book called Sales Mjolo.
Yes.
It was I was in Borodo gym. You know, it's pro fitness.
Pro fitness, yeah.
In Borodo.
Yeah.
So I was hanging out with my gym colleagues. So they started saying, this guy write books. So I noticed the culture which was happening in the gym. There were a group of guys who would always compete for the nicest ladies in the gym.
Okay.
But these were not young guys. I'm talking of the other guys who are in 60s. So this other dude who is in the 60s actually said to me, Jerry, I only date if to me, if you are now more than 24 years old, he actually said you are now a chembere, which means you are now very old. So I said, how? He's a prominent guy.
Yeah.
And I said, what are you saying? Then he actually said, I said, so how do you do it? So he said to me, I don't waste the time like what you guys do. You guys who pretend as if you want to be a friend to someone, you try to find your lyrics very well, you first engage to someone, ask them about themselves, where they stay. He just said to me, what I do, when I see a lady I'm interested in, I just say, I love you. Do you love me back? If she says no, I said it's okay. I move to the next one. By the time I reach to 20, 2 or 3 would have accepted. So to me, it was more like a Damascus moment, and said, wow. So to me, yes, as much as what you are saying, people started laughing, and to me, as a person who doesn't subscribe to that, I saw it very funny. But to me, I say there's a big lesson in what this guy is saying.
Okay.
The same lesson, you can put it what? To sales. That's how I say it now. Sales equals to what? To Mjolo. So the fear which you have when you're approaching ladies, so this guy doesn't have fear. So he does, to him, he is a person who just says, I don't care about what you say. If you notice, in most of the times in life, we lose what you want because we are scared. Sometimes I want something from Steve, but I just don't ask him because I'm like, my attitude is telling me. Because if you notice right now, if you want something from someone, let's say you want something from a minister, you want something from your boss, what comes into your mind is just to say, what about if I get into his office and he rejects me? And the human mind, it was our brains are there to protect us. So do you know that you can control your brain?
Yes, absolutely.
Say no. If you start thinking something negative, you say cancel. The brain will cancel.
Yes.
But most of the times, if you notice your brain is controlling you and you become afraid and your attitude is now off, hence it's very difficult for you to sell. That's why I say to myself, it starts with the attitude. It starts with the framework of your mind to say, can I really do this? So that's why you notice that people are not shy. Or people who are not shy are mostly good at what? It sells. So that's how it started. And looking at this book now, when I'm talking to you look at Dr. John, initially he was so scared. And he couldn't even ask out a lady on his own, hence he had to do referrals. Right. He was actually referred to ladies.
Yes.
Are you getting it? Because why? He was scared. Until now, when he managed to remove that fear. At the end of the book, he was now an expert.
Right. So that speaks more to the attitude, getting yourself mentally prepared for sales.
Yeah.
And then the second step is the greeting. So in the greeting, I remember reading from the book, you encompass the smile, to say the smile makes part of the greeting, as well as how well you are dressed. Your presentation in terms of your appearance speaks more to the greeting. That is the second step. So tell me more about how that relates to Mjolo.
Yeah. If you notice, even when Dr. John was interacting with Natasha, his first call was, hello, I'm Dr. John. He never mentioned the guy who had referred him to what? To Natasha.
Yes.
So what I'm simply saying is, as much as greetings sound so simple, but that's where a connection starts. You've worked on your attitude. So I still remember when this guy was also in the gym, one of the wife of one of the prominent person in Zimbabwe. Don't ask me the names prominent. The wife came into the gym. Then everyone was just like, that's the wife of that. That's the wife. Do you know what this guy just did? Hi, my name is so-so. How are you doing? They were already communicating.
Yes.
And he was smiling. And he was dressed in a gym wear. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
And they started interacting. And everyone was surprised. Are you getting it? Because why? When you work on your attitude, the next thing you're supposed to work on is your greeting skills. If you notice greeting, it sounds so simple. Dr. John, instead of him referring, but he went on to just say his name, hence he was rejected the first time. But when he used that, no, I've been referred by Simba. Hence the conversation was smooth. Because why? when you mention a referral, when I say I've been referred by Steve, when that person trusts Steve, automatically I'm now in. Because the first 7 seconds in sales makes the most. Same applies the first 7 seconds in a relationship. How you are going to greet someone also makes what the most. Are you confident? Enthusiasm. How you are dressed. Are you smiling? So all that it's in greeting when you're talking about sales. Because most of the people don't know how to greet. Most of the sales people hear them saying, how are you? How are you? So what? How are you is a filler, and how are you is not formal. Because if you notice, most of the times when you say how are you, we don't even mean it. So when you say how are you to a client, what about if they say I'm not fine? Are you really interested in getting whatever they're going to say? So it becomes a filler. Hence we say greetings, good afternoon, good evening, and we leave it formal, and that's how you greet. When you're also greeting someone physically, most of the people struggle to greet. When you get into a meeting, they don't know where to start. You start just seeing someone standing like a statue, and they're waiting for someone to point where to sit. I still remember there was a young guy. I worked with that young guy. I was doing very well. I thought it potential.
Okay.
But when he got into an interview, everyone was just standing. But when this guy marched into the interview, do you know what he did? He greeted everyone on the panel. He was shaking everyone's hands. A firm handshake.
Yes.
And do you know what? When he told him to sit, he just sat down and he said, "Are you going to? May you kindly allow me to take some notes?" So whenever we're asking, this young man was writing, and we hired him.
Wow.
Because why? When you're also getting into a meeting, know how to greet your customers, because that's where the first connection is. But if you are greeting someone with a loose handshake, they know that you're not confident. Hence, whatever you're going to sell, they're going to doubt it.
Wow.
So you might know how to overcome objections. You might have a good product,
yes,
but if you don't know how to greet,
yes,
some people are going to dismiss your product whilst it's good.
Yeah,
that's why you notice those vendors or those windies, they actually say "Dara,"
very energetic.
Exactly, getting it.
They make it seem like they know you from way back. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you heard that. The first 7 seconds in the NSL are the most important, and how you greet the people that you want to sell to determines the success of that sell. The more confident you are, the more firm your handshake, or the more knowledgeable you sound when you greet them, the more likely they are to buy from you. And always remember to mention the person who referred you. It's called the pivoting effect, which allows that other person to trust you on the premise of the person that they know who referred you. So take advantage of that in your sales processes. And then the third step would be prospecting. So with prospecting from a sales perspective, this is where we look at the products that we are offering, the services that we have on offer, and now we are looking to see who could potentially be our target market, who could be interested in the service that we are selling, who could be interested in this product that we are selling. Now, how does that relate to Mjolo?
Okay, so if you look at it, you now know your greeting has been fixed. Your attitude has been fixed. Now you're not looking for the customers. So if you notice in the book, Dr. John, it's several ways he was going to prospect for his future wife.
Yes.
He said he was going to do social prospecting on social media. He said he was going to work on networking prospecting.
Yes.
He said they was going to do referral prospecting, which ended up being the best amongst everything, which he was trying to do. So if you look at it, in even when you want a future wife, so that's why I always say, if you can sell, if you know how to sell, you are never going to struggle to get a future wife. And Mjolo is not going to nyisa you if you know how to sell, because you can qualify. You know where, if you want, because if you noticed, it starts with actually listing the person is going to be your perfect client. Like if you're selling a software, you're into softwares yourself. You need to say, who is my ideal client? It doesn't make any sense. I'm selling a school management software. Then I go and target hospitals. I'm getting it. Yes. So it's a matter of, you don't sell hospitals, you don't sell ice to the Eskimos. You also don't sell hospital beds to hotels. You start by listing to say, okay, fine, who is going to be my perfect customer? Now, how can I get my perfect customer? So even if you are new, it's a matter of saying, okay, fine, how were they getting customers? Okay, if you look at it, probably they're already dealing with some customers. Probably they even failed to close some other customers. Because you might go to a certain customer, I might go to a customer and fail to close.
Yes.
You might go to the customer because the customer likes you and you close probably for the same item.
Yes.
Are you getting it? That's why you notice sometimes someone will try to sell you a phone and you don't buy. But if another party actually sells a phone, someone who is close to you trust, you buy.
You buy, yeah.
So I'm saying now, we're mirroring it, love and sales. In sales also have to be strategic because the whole seminar is going to be based on relationship-based selling. To say, fine, which group do I have? Like, you see, I've got a lot of groups, but which one can I connect with better? Are you getting it? So if you look at it, if it's a sold customer, someone who has once bought your book, someone who has read my book, it's easy for them to like yesterday. I was in a consult. I was called by this other client and said, Jerry, I want to have a meeting. And I said, what happened? Then I said, I want a shareholders agreement. Are you getting it? I said, okay. Then when I went to his office, he said, I read from your book. I now want a shareholders agreement and I did the trust, but I think I didn't finish. I saw what you wrote in the book. Are you getting it? A person who I've sold a book, it's easy for them to buy my software. It's easy for them to come and buy my sales training. It's easy for them to come and buy my training.
That's true.
So, unfortunately, salespeople, they like doing cold calls. They want to go to social media, sponsor ads, but they're forgetting that there are people who are already using their products. Why can't you target with your sold customers first? You go to our unsold customers because you've got a better relationship with these people. So that's the whole thing which you're saying. Prospecting is an art. And prospecting, that's where the real objections are. Because you're talking to someone, you're trying to convince them to buy something probably which they didn't want. And it's very difficult. That's why you see, when you hear someone is saying, I hate sales, they hate prospecting. That's the simple. When you hear someone saying, I don't want to be in sales, they just hate sales, prospecting. When you want to fire someone easily in a company, just put them in sales and tell them to prospect. It's easy. They will resign on their own. So let me tell you a secret, business owners. If you want if you want that salesperson to resign today, just give them 100 leads and say, call.
They will resign.
After the end of the day, they will resign. Because of the rejection. Because why? Remember, we're wired, a human being is, we want to be accepted. So if you call someone and they say, I'm busy, I don't want to talk to you. Rejection. Boom. Number 2, I don't even to buy your product. So by point number 3, someone will be saying, no. So if you notice, even if someone is accepted by 97 clients and rejected by 3, they always remember the 3.
Yeah. Do you know what I do when I want to get into cold calling? I start by calling one of my good clients and just ask them how the service is going, knowing that they will buttress my ego.
Exactly.
After that, I'm ready for the other calls. Because I always say, but I have one person who likes the product.
Exactly.
But I have one person who likes the product, and it keeps me going. Like
exactly. So we're also saying, even with companies, I think if you notice, most of the companies, because of technology, we are now pushing towards easy way of doing sales. So some people are even saying cold calling is dead. Some people are now even saying you can get your leads. This other day I laughed. A guy was actually sending an email prospecting, and he was saying cold calling is what? Is dead.
It's dead.
So I'm like, is cold emailing.
Yeah.
But he's saying cold calling is what? Is dead.
Doesn't make sense.
If we have a solution which is actually bringing leads to you, why didn't I just come to you?
Exactly.
So most of us, even in our companies, we want to look for a easy way out. And the easy way out is usually to what? Social media, networking. But let me tell you, cold call is still the game.
Yeah, it's still the best. You know why people don't like cold calling? It's because the results are very easy to measure. With emails, you say, maybe the people are too busy to read the email.
Exactly.
But if you're calling, we can literally wait next to you whilst you're calling and count the number of calls that you've made and the number of acceptance and rejections that you got.
Exactly.
But anyway, moving on. The fourth step on the ideal process would be your fact finding.
Yeah.
So fact finding would be you've now run down through your list of prospects. Now you are finding some facts within their organizations. Do they have the money to buy? Am I even speaking to the person who's got the authority to authorize that sale? Do they have a need now? Is it something that they were planning to do now or in the future? You are basically gathering facts that allow you to pick an angle to close the sale by, or maybe to handle any future objections that might come from that conversation. Now, how does fact finding also resonate with them, John?
Yeah, so if you look at it, when I'm talking about fact finding now, as you're prospecting, as you're looking for the client, as you're also looking for your loved one, need to qualify. Yeah, and most of us, we don't qualify. That's why you notice that most of my sisters and my friends who are out there, they end up dating men who are broke. They are looking for someone with money, but they'll end up dating a man who is broke. Because why? They can't qualify. When they see someone driving a car, they don't interrogate. They don't ask you questions. Because do you know what? If you just want to ask your guy who is driving that Jeep, that new Fortuner, that Mercedes Benz, and they are telling you that it's theirs, do you know what you just have to say? Just say, your car is so nice, eh? How much are they tires? Are you getting it? When we start hearing them thinking, just know that it's not there. Or probably it's come in a car.
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
Yes.
So it's qualifying. So qualifying, it's an art. Qualifying, it's a skill. You need to know. And I've noticed always with some of my sisters, if they just see someone who is carrying a jerrycan, they conclude that that person is what? It's already a conclusion that that person has got a car. What about if I want to just take fuel and want to put it in my in
a generator,
in my generator or in my lawnmower?
Or you've been sent.
I've been sent. Are you getting it? Because people don't qualify.
Yeah.
It's always about assumption. To say if this guy, if you see someone in church, it means they're Christian. That's a lie.
Yeah.
Some people are just there to target. Are you getting it? Because they also know that if I get into the church, I'll get a better wife. So you're going. Sometimes you even meet. In Shona, they've actually said Matsotsa Girani. Two culprits can even meet in the church.
Yes.
But if all of them don't know how to qualify, they can meet in the church today. And probably when they are married, 1 week after, they meet in the bar.
Then they realize it. Oh, no.
Exactly. Because all of them, they want someone who actually, who is a drunkard. But they failed to qualify. So I'm also saying in sales, know how to qualify a customer. It's not everyone is qualified to buy from you. As much as they are good clients, they are also bad clients.
That's true.
Yeah, software guy.
Yes.
You understand that sometimes you can go out, you do a software for this company, and they'll end up not using it. And if you're done, sometimes you've taken their money. Yes, you've done the project, but you end up the project is not working. Because probably you have failed to qualify on how many times have you ever heard of, we've tried using this software, it failed.
It failed.
We've tried 5 softwares, they failed to work. So what's the guarantee that yours is going to work?
You see, yeah.
So it means they've got a deeper problem than the software.
Yes, that's true, yeah. And remember, when you're fact finding, you need to have a very good ability to ask high quality questions.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very important.
Are you struggling in sales? And are you also struggling to get a loved one? So on the 25th of September at Mana Resorts, we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So if you notice right now, if Mjolo is becoming very difficult for you, it simply means that you don't know something about Mjolo. Probably don't know how to qualify a boyfriend. Probably don't know how to qualify a girlfriend. So on the 25th, we're going to answer those questions. If right now you're struggling in sales, your sales are low, you're failing to prospect, you're failing to close, you're failing to follow up, it means you also don't know something about sales. I want to show you how sales and Mjolo are equivalent. So on the 25th, we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We're going to correct your marriage, we're going to correct your relationship, and you're going to correct your sales. Thank you so much.
And then moving on to number 5, the step number 5, which is the presentation or the sales pitch itself. So in business terms, this is where you now make your proposal. You've done your prospecting, you've gathered the facts, you've found an angle. So now you lay your offer, which is properly curated to match the facts that you've gathered, so that you are guaranteed to close the sale. You make your presentation, you give them an offer. If it's going to be value proposition that you're going to be communicating, then that's where you lay it bare. In terms of Mjolo, what's the presentation stage?
Yeah. So I'm saying, well, when you do a fact finding, you're done with the fact finding. I now know I'm not selecting a product which this person can actually get. So if you look in sales, you're also saying, I want to first select. Selection is very important because you end up selecting a product which is not a solution for this client. So when you gather your facts, you are now looking for a product. Sometimes, if you are asking someone out and you do a fact finding, as you are probably presenting the product, sometimes you're going to say that no, I think the product which I had selected is wrong.
Yeah.
So you need to select another product for you to demonstrate what the product does. The reason why people date for 2 years, 3 years is for us to really see what I'm getting into. Before I close the deal, before I say, I now want to marry you, I need to first, I've selected the product, I've presented myself, and the product is also presenting itself to me, and I'm now sold to the product. Hence, I can now move to the next stage. I can now write a proposal to say, this is my proposal. This is how we're going to live as husband and wife. This is my proposal with the client. These are our terms. These are our conditions. Are you able to meet these conditions? Are you able to meet these conditions? Then you can have a union which is called marriage. Because dating someone is not closing. You're still in the sales process.
Okay.
The only close is going to happen when you're now married.
Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, moving on to the sixth step, which is closing and negotiation. You already preempted that closing is when you get married. So now let's talk about the negotiation part, because I remember from the previous step you said this is where you lay your proposal, terms and conditions. So sometimes one might not agree with the terms and conditions, or maybe they want to add more, or they want something adjusted. Could that possibly be the negotiation phase of the transaction?
Negotiation, if you look at it, negotiation is like negotiating terms. When you're a good negotiator, when they sit on the table, they don't approach a situation once they're desperate. You notice, I've said to some of my sisters, when a guy just says, they're already saying, inini. Me, are you getting it? So it means you're desperate. Are you getting it?
Tell me more.
It's like someone who is when you're a lady and you're putting pressure on a guy. When are you going to marry me? Can't you see that I'm not getting old? Already, the guy is going to see. And the moment when you're desperate, you're losing value.
Yeah. I've noticed.
The moment when you're desperate, you're losing value. So negotiating and closing, they're two different things. Negotiating is actually knowing the rules of how to negotiate. And the other rule is never be desperate. Even if you love that product called your boyfriend or your girlfriend, don't show it that you love it too much. Are you getting it?
You appear desperate.
And when you appear desperate,
your value
diminishes, and you're going to. That's why you notice that we are now getting a lot of discounts. You're now making a lot of discounts. You're now payment terms that money is going to be paid. So don't be desperate, because end of the day, if you are my IT guy and you're invoicing me, it's not like when paying you, I'm not doing you a favor.
Yes.
It's a win-win situation. I want your services, and you also want my money. You're getting it.
Yes.
So don't be saying, no, when are you going to give me that money? It belongs to you.
Yes.
You're entitled to your money. Yes. But if you notice, most of the people are now like, we're following up on debtors. Please, when are you going to pay us? Then the client says, no, you're not calling me too much. Then you're like, sorry about that. Why are you apologizing? You're getting it. So you don't know how to negotiate. So if you notice, our people are being dribbled by Chinese. Because why? Chinese are good negotiators.
Yes.
Chinese will never pay for what you are actually charging unless it's in a supermarket. They'll try to find a discount somehow.
Yes,
so true. You need to know how to negotiate. After knowing how to negotiate now know how to close. When your girlfriend says, when you're asking someone out and they say, I want to think about it, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Okay.
Ask any girl out there. Ask even your wife today to say, when you're saying I want to think about it, was it true? It was a big lie. They already sold to the product.
Reminds me of this big objection that comes through when somebody says, I need to go ask my wife.
I need to go ask my wife. It's a lie, though.
They'll tell you, no, the product is good, but I just need to go in there.
Exactly. So if you notice right now, even when you get into town, you want to buy something. If you notice when you get into town, you want to buy something. There's a hesitation of saying, yes, as much as I want to buy this, am I buying the right thing? There's that fear to say. That's why you look at it right now. Changing your laptop is going to be a mountain to climb. Even if you've got the money, but what about if I'm going to get a wrong laptop?
Yeah.
What about migrating data from this laptop to another laptop?
Yes.
I'd rather stay with. Even if you wanted to go out and buy, you need someone who convince you.
Yes.
You need someone who's going to ask you, what are you really worried about? Then you say data migration. Then they'll say, don't worry. It's going to be seamless. It will only take 5 minutes to migrate your data, and I'm the one who's going to be doing it. You are guaranteed that your data, if it's lost, I'll actually have to compensate you.
Yeah, someone
then you're like, let me pay. Are you getting it?
Yes.
So same applies. When you hear someone, when you're saying every no, it's a step to yes. You're close a step to yes. So even in sales, even in Mjolo, if a girl says no, they are not saying they don't love you, and they are not saying no to you. They're just saying they don't know something about you. So show them that side.
I remember I read somewhere where someone was saying that if a potential customer says no, they're not objecting the sale altogether. They are simply saying, based on the information
you
that you've
provided
given
me,
I do not have the will to
exactly
accept. But if you had given me more information,
so keep selling.
Yes, you keep on selling. Yeah. And then moving on to the last and final step of the sales process, which is the following up.
That one is very crucial. If you notice, when Dr. John got married to Natasha, they were blessed with kids. But if you notice, Dr. John failed to. He thought that I've won my jackpot and I've closed my deal. So closing a deal is another thing. But creating a customer who is going to be a customer for a long period, it takes time. It takes effort. That's why you notice that most of us, it's very difficult, especially to handle monthly clients.
Yes. Very true.
Because sometimes you only think that you now have a monthly client when you now need their money. But if you're going to check, probably given any value.
Yes.
So most of people who are married, we forget that for our marriage to last long, we should keep on following up and selling.
Very difficult.
Checking on surprise you with a mint, surprise you with a lollipop. Even you can no longer afford the pizza which you used to buy whilst in courtship. Why can't you sacrifice that small thing? Whilst I was at work, I just thought of you. This is what I had. Even just saying hi. But right now it's now when your wife just say hi, then you just say, please, just tell me what you want. Quickly. Because you know that whenever they're saying hi, there's a request coming.
There's something coming. On your way home, can you please buy us ABC?
So follow-up serves as a customer service too.
Okay.
To say if your customers are closed, keep on following up on them even 2 years after. And most of the times you get second sales and you get referrals. That's the first part of follow-up. Then the other part of follow-up is to say, if you want to close it, you keep on following up. So if you go out and prospect, obviously for all these stages which are going to come, you need to be pushing.
That's true.
So if you notice, there are 3 things which every salesperson do on everyday basis: prospecting, follow-up, closing. Practically.
Yeah.
These are 3 things which they're always doing. So this is it's going to be very interesting because those who want to graduate in love relationships. So our seminar is going to be different. I guarantee you are going to have marriages and you're going to have more sales.
That's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we call it a wrap. So I'm so excited about the seminar. The tickets are going for $97. Save a spot for yourself. Don't miss out on this experience. We are going to be having a full day where we are discussing all of the challenges. There's going to be a plenary session where there are questions going to be asked and they're going to be addressed. And we're going to be doing role plays within the seminar so that everybody gets practical tidbits on how to go and outmaneuver the market in terms of selling and outcompete their competitors by having a solid selling foundation. Otherwise, from me to you, don't forget to subscribe and share and like the videos. We've also noticed that there's a good number of people who are watching our videos, but they're not subscribed. We know you, we see you. Please make sure that you subscribe. Otherwise, from me to you, it's a goodbye.